Hello everyone and welcome to another video Dvar with Rabbi Chaitovsky at BMH-BJ. I've been gone for a couple weeks and it's nice to have all of you back. And if you've ever been to New York City, I'm sure you've encountered the ubiquitous and sometimes nefarious practice of double parking. I'm sure you know what that is, I don't have to explain it. And one time I was driving to New York City from my home in Baltimore, and I found a beautiful parking space right in front of the store I wanted to go into. And I get out of the car, go into the store, come out of the store, get back into my car, and no sooner had I taken out my keys to put in the ignition than a car pulls up next to me and double parks me in. I rolled down the window and I said, "Hey, I'm just about to leave. You can take my parking spot." He gets out of his car, comes around to me and looks at my license plate, says, "Oh, you're from out of town. You obviously don't know about double parking here in the city. Just be patient. Just going into that store over there. I'll be right out and we can let each other go." I was astonished, but didn't have much of a choice. So he went into the store, did his thing, came back out, drove away, I drove away, and all was good. It was all I could do to keep from smacking the guy in the side of the head. But it made me think for a moment, and this week's Torah portion opens with a verse that I think speaks eloquently and directly to that particular event. It says, it's talking about the reward or the encouragement we should get to do all the mitzvot of the Torah. And it says, "V'haya Eikev tishmi'un et hamishpatim ha'ela." If you will only listen to these mitzvot, to these mishpatim, ushmartem v'asitem otam, and commit to doing them, then all sorts of rewards, the Torah goes on to list, all sorts of rewards will come our way. It's the word Eikev that gets the attention of most of the commentators because it's a strange word, and I translate it as "if you will only hearken." Sort of a reinforced, just do that and everything will be great. Well, people notice that the word Eikev also comes from the same Hebrew root, which means heal. And Rashi immediately says on that phrase, Eikev tishmiun, im hamitzvot kalot, if the easy mitzvot, she'adam dash be'ikvav, that a person would normally trample with their heel, if those mitzvot you listen to, then all these rewards will kick into play. Certain mitzvot are just so simple and so apparent, and yet we have a habit of dismissing them because we don't take into account the effect it's going to have on another, or we don't believe that they're really important. And yet, the Torah portion here says that they are important. In fact, there are mitzvot that we don't readily appreciate as important. They're known as the chukim. These are the non-rational laws, the laws in the Torah that don't have any apparent reason, at least none given to us, like the law of shatnez, the mixture of wool and linen. We have no understanding really of why that law is so important, and yet we buy into it. Some people don't because they don't see the importance of it, and others mock us for having laws like that have no reason, and yet we so insist on doing them. Maybe the Torah is warning us not to trample those laws. I love that, and I learned that when I was 6 years old. But the Torah portion here is not mentioning the chukim. Torah portion here focuses on the social laws, the mishpatim. And the social laws are the mitzvot that we would understand intuitively and probably do anyway. And yet sometimes we fail to recognize the consequences of our own behavior socially, and we don't take into account the effect that our behavior or non-behavior is going to have on someone else. And that's what happened that day when I was double parked in. That person could have easily waited or backed up and let me go. He could have had a beautiful parking space. He was in a rush. He didn't take into account the effect it was going to have on me. He was a heel. He was an Eikev. And the Torah is telling us, don't be heal. Great lesson for this week. I'd like to invite everyone next Shabbat to our services here at BMH-BJ, and we're going to have a wonderful lunch and learn entitled Elul, 30 Days to a New Year and a New You. It's a wonderful program, our first lunch and learn for the new year, and we hope everyone participates. You can find information on our website, and I'd love to see all of you there. Have a wonderful Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.